Hello, my name is Natalie Toon, and I will be talking about professional dispositions of learners. Right off the bat, I want to say that the first part of the assignment, where I had to fill out the survey, I ended up agreeing with all of them. So there were some that I liked more than the others. There were 4 that I would have, if there's a chance to extra strongly agree, I would have extra strongly agreed. But some I strongly agreed and some I disagreed with. So my first question is, what dispositions do you possess that you think will make me a successful teacher? I'm going to do that one last because that one is going to take a lot of explaining and it's going to take longer to answer. So I'm actually going to answer the last 2 questions, which is, what dispositions do you need to work on before I enter the classroom as a first-year teacher? And then, what qualities should professional educators display? So that first one, which ones do I need to work on? One that I think I need to work on, just because it's something that don't kind of agree. It's one that, because the majority of these I strongly agreed with, and there were some that I just agreed with, and I think those ones are the ones that I probably need to just kind of get used to. One of those was that educators should be committed to the profession of teaching and learning. While I do believe that we should be committed to the students and our job as an educator, I don't think it should consume us. I don't think that should be something that we're focusing on 24/7, especially for me, because I have a lot of different hobbies and interests and other things that aren't education. So be committed within a certain time frame is how I view that. So if that's something that I'll need to work on, because I need to be fully committed, yeah, that'll be something I need to work on. Another disposition that I probably need to work on is the second one that I only agreed with and didn't strongly agree with, was that educators understand the effect of community involvement and servant leadership as it applies to the welfare of others in the educational setting. That one I'm probably gonna have to get better at too, just because because when I was a student, I didn't really have a community. I didn't really have friends or a community, and I was totally fine. Like, I was lonely, but I don't think it bumped my ability to learn up anyway. But if it's also talking about like group projects too, as a student, group projects always feel forced. So that's just something I don't I agree with, but I kind of don't really agree with. Like, there's certain instances where community doesn't really have a positive effect. If there's something that I want to do as a community or a group project, that'll be something that I'll do. But I don't know, I just feel like they're a little bit too forced, and there's some things that I would do differently than all of my teachers when it came to that. So if that's something I need to fully understand, then that's something I need to work on. I think that's all I'm gonna talk about for that one. There's some other ones, but they're not as important as those ones, because those were the 2 that I didn't strongly agree with. So I thought those would be the ones that I would probably need to work on the most. So the second question is, or the third question is, what qualities should professional educators display? So because I did agree with all of them, even if some weren't as much as others, obviously all of the dispositions, educators should display all of those dispositions. Those are some that I think are really important. And there's a bad egg in every career, so there's always some that don't follow these. But I think it'll be important to try to get as many educators as possible to have these dispositions, and all of them that's listed in the survey. So finally, going to the first question, it's going to take the longest to explain, is what dispositions do I possess that I think will make me a successful teacher? So I'm going to actually focus on the 4 that I really liked the most. and the ones that I would extra strongly agree with if that was an option. So the first one was educators should exercise sound judgment and ethical behavior. Like I said earlier, there's always a couple of bad eggs in the basket when it comes to every career. So there are those educators who are not very, they don't follow this, they don't follow that, they don't have good judgment or ethical behavior, and they're like those teachers that the students just don't like. And I think I'm not going to be one of those, and I think that I follow that one really well. And I don't want to be like those bad eggs, but obviously there's going to be other educators who are ethical and have sound judgment when it comes to certain things. I'm sure we can all think of an example of some unethical teachers. I'm not going to say exactly why. You can guess that and look up examples for yourself if you want to. Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to be like that. I think that I am going to possess that. I do possess that, and then I will continue to possess that disposition once I am a teacher. The second one is educators should promote and support curiosity and encourage active inquiry. So that one is important to me because I don't like the idea of every kid having the same exact education that forms them into one mindset and one thing. So I think I already have that down with like the kids that I babysit and my siblings. When I become a teacher, I want to be able to have my students be as creative as they can and show what they believe and show what they want to show about themselves. And if they want to go somewhere and do something, I will encourage that. I don't want to put them down. I want to make them happy about coming to my class because I'm the one who's like, like their second mom, like, you can do it, I believe in you, like that. And I think I already have that. So again, that's something that I will bring. And then that I think I will continue to have that disposition once I am a teacher. The third one is educators should model integrity by their words and actions. That's another one where I think I'm pretty positive, and it's important to be a good role model for students, especially since teachers are the adults that kids see for the majority of their life, the majority of the day, 8 hours out of the day. So we should be good role models for them. And I think that's something that I have. Again, not to be boastful, I don't think that is, but I just have integrity in my words and actions. And again, that's something that I will bring to the table once I'm an educator. And then the last one I wanted to touch on was educators should demonstrate professional friendliness, warmth, and genuine caring in their relationships with others while providing intellectual, emotional, and spiritual support. That is one that is like really important to me. And that is something that I really want to do as an educator because, like I said not that long ago, schools are basically supposed to be this, well, they're not supposed to be, but they are like a second home to kids because that's where they spend the majority of their time, especially when certain kids don't even like to go back home. So I think when you're friendly and warm and genuine and caring, it makes kids want to come to you with all of their stuff, and you want to make it feel nice and warm for them. You don't want school to feel like prison, because a lot of kids compare it to that. And I just want to be like their second mom too. A lot of kids accidentally call their teacher's mom, and I actually did have a teacher who was like my second mom because she was like that. She was just very nice and genuine, and I felt like I could go to her with anything. And yeah, to be intellectual and emotional and spiritual support. I would love for my kids to come to me with any questions and any emotional things. So that's something that I hope I already possess with, again, with like the kids that I babysit. And something that I really, really want to bring to the table once I am a teacher. And I think that about answers all the questions. Yeah, so that was my video. Thank you for watching. This is my submission to the assignment. Okay, goodbye.